working. Come on. I don't think it has any audio. Damn. No, wait, it does. Cool. There we go. Gotta copy the link. Come on. Streaming some Rwby art. Streaming some Rwby art. Wink. Guess I should make a post. Oh damn. Bro, that's like the third time Cheyenne steal. Drawing some Pyrrha. Okay, I think it's there. Oh, it's raining again. Can't go wrong with a little bit of water. Hoping I make a good dent in this period sketch. I don't think I'll be able to finish it. No way. But if I can get just a bit done and maybe draw a bit of John and Ren as well, it'll be a good stream. I think I made her a bit too wide here. Her torso specifically. That is one big rib cage. I really want them to get to making videos about the other Primarchs. Specifically the Crow one. Give me the emo boy already. Alright. Okay, someone messages me. Man, I should have added in the post that I'm listening to a podcast. People might be really confused if they click on the link. There we go. Pearl's looking very nice. There. Hello, Guillaume. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm not good with double L's. In case you're wondering, this is what I'm drawing. Basically, the concept, basically, Pyrrha's concept art, which I gotta say is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, Pyrrha has probably my favorite design out of all the Rwby girls. But her original one was pretty good, not gonna lie, real nice. Pyrrha. Speaking of Pyrrha in different outfits, I watched the new Rwby Ice Kingdom episode and I guess actually it was pretty good. I think the pacing was okay, especially in the last part, it was really good. And seeing Little Wise, that was cute. I was not expecting that. I kinda wanna rewatch the Rwby episode now. I wonder how many patrons they would need for a stretch goal, so they do a sanguineous episode. Come on. Bro. I need a streaming buddy. Someone to talk to in the meanwhile. That also streams. But all my friends are busy with school. There we go. Pierre's original armor. Nowhere as snazzier as her current, quote, current one. But still fitting the Rwby universe. I lucky wish we could have known more about her family. I want her to have a brother. Because the mysterious lady was so obviously her mother, or caretaker, aunt, whatever. But man, I wanted to know more about her. Okay, let's see if anyone on Twitter saw my post. Yep, a few people saw it. Let's keep growing. This personal art. I'm going to answer. Just say the app I use for streaming isn't very optimized, so I tend to make a lot of mistakes. So streaming commissions not something I wanna risk doing. At least for now. I choose a period in the same time. Was that confirmed? And I missed it? Or is it a popular headcanon in the fandom? Because if it's canon, then damn, where was that? Was it in the Team Sun novel? Because I haven't checked any of them out, even though people say they're okay. And you know, Team Sun got done dirty too. I wanted to see more of them. It'd be cool if they knew each other. It could give some extra depth on why Weiss was so interested in Neptune. Maybe she wanted to get some info out of him on what Peter was like. I'm gonna have to be fixing her fingers later. Pyrrha. I wonder how well a Pyrrha novel would sell. Like, only focusing on her. Before vegan. By the way, I actually have the other two guys done, sketched out. I just don't think I'll be able to draw them this time around. I wanted to get the sketch done beforehand because usually that's the hardest part. But if I get a better hang of streaming, or I get the Wi-Fi working on my laptop again, I could probably stream through there because Streamlabs, the app I use on my tablet, is kind of janky and there are a lot of dead spots on my tablet for some reason. It's the app, it's not my tablet per se. But on my laptop, I used to use OBS because back in 2018, in my early Ruby days, I would sometimes stream there, and it worked pretty okay. Looks okay. Could be a bit better. Blanky, the vocal door Blanky. Text to speech is supreme. You know, I said before that Pyrrha's original design isn't as good as her canon one, and yeah, that's true. But I personally like Cowboy John a lot more. I hope you fix that issue. Yeah, me too. It's just an app thing. I don't know why that happens. It's just that the app isn't optimized to my version of Android because I use a Samsung tablet. And I don't know if it means that the software is too new and it doesn't recognize it, or the tablet is too new. Because this one's a Samsung Galaxy 7, S7, I think. And maybe it's a bit too new since Streamlabs is just Streamlabs. Or maybe it's just the software and it'll never be that great. But I gotta say it is pretty comfortable once you get a better hang of it. Alright, like I was saying, I personally like Cowboy John a lot more just because I really like cowboys. But Night John is still really good, so I think we got a pretty good, something pretty good in comparison. Although Rand's original design was so nice, he looked so good. I'm kind of disappointed of the one we got. Although he gets much better in Volume 4, he looks amazing. Definitely, he problem connecting to the app. Well, I don't think it's Samsung per se. Like I said, I think it's the app. It's just the coding might be a bit janky. Which for a free app, I think it's okay. But that just means I won't be paying for the monthly version, for the premium one. Which does give you some neat features, but I don't stream frequently enough to guarantee it. Still, Streamlabs pretty good if someone wants to get into streaming art or games, because I've also done a few Genshin Impact streams. Overall, it works pretty well, and I really like the Samsung 7 tablet. I used to have an S6 Lite, but I gave it to my sibling just because it had less storage space. And Genshin Impact, it was starting to get chunky. The S6 was only 64 gigabytes, and the one I have now is 512 asterisk because they always have less space because of the apps. Still a pretty good trade-off. Yep, it's turned out okay. Apparently, the original Pierre sketch was done by Monty, and I don't know how much experience he had with Rowan, but this is a really good sketch. I mean, maybe the head is a bit too big, but that's fine for concept art. This is great. Her armor is super clear. Ian Lee did a great job at translating it into actual concept art. Oops, I kind of lost my place in the podcast. Oh well. Well, aside from Ruby Ice Kingdom, the only other anime I'm watching is season 2 of Made in Abyss, which is great. I've read the manga, I know what happens, I know I'm going to suffer, and I'm here for it. But I also heard that Licorice Recoil was also pretty good. So I'm gonna be giving it a try. I already watched episode 1. It looks promising. The art style is really nice. And the animation quality is really good too. So I'm curious on where the story goes. I'm gonna have to tweak percent a bit. My internet kind of crashed at that moment, so I didn't get to watch the video. But I was reading a few of the comments, and apparently they kind of stopped working on the game right after they had added Neo, which sucks. Can't believe we got Neo before Pyrrha, and then they couldn't add more characters. It sucks when that happens, when a company has to leave a game in dust so they can focus on another property. Hmm. Look. There we go. Still can't believe they added Neo before Pyrrha. She isn't even in Volume 1. I guess the developers were big fans, or maybe Roster did wanted her in. There. Come on. There we go. Speaking of Rwby games, kinda interested in Aerofail. If it's easy, I might actually buy it for PC. The net look good. Yep, she looked great. I've never been one for online games or for multiplayer ones. The only one I played was Team Fortress 2 back in 2014, and it was fun. But I've never had the best computer, the best setup for stuff like that. What was I gonna talk about? I swear I had a topic and I lost it. I'm gonna leave Pyrrha's arm there for now. I'm gonna focus on her skirt. Alright, The whole developers leaving a property in the dust so they can focus on another one, reminding me of the 2011, I think, Thundercats reboot, which I've actually still haven't gotten to watch, but it looked so good. The animation style, the fact that it had a story, and they never got around to making a second season because they wanted to focus on a cheaper cartoon instead that was also able to sell more toys. And that sucks because so many people were waiting on that second season, and they had actually greenlit it, but at the last minute they decided to cancel it. Oh, that shit hurts, man. Thundercats 11 was awesome. I gotta watch it because I never got around to watch it when it was on TV. I saw the commercials, but I could never get the hang of the time they aired it. They aired it at, so I missed my chance. But another 2010 shows that I watched that I really suffer for was Symbionic Titan. I don't know if you've heard of it. What is it? Oh yeah, the cancelled season 2 for Steven Universe had my issues with SU. It was Steven Universe? Was it Steven Universe or was it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Some property, some Cartoon Network property. It sucks when that happened. And they weren't the only ones. A lot of 2010 cartoons were getting canceled specifically because they were more adult oriented, and by that I mean they were aiming for a teenage audience, like Korra, like the older Ben 10, Generator Rex. They just did not want to have them on air because the animation style was more expensive to animate. It really and just was let to Symbionic Titan. Man, that show. I didn't even know that show was on air. I just turned on Cartoon Network like any other afternoon. I was bored and I catched the first episode and it was so good. The animation, the characters, the development, the story, everything was just That show was so good. I can't believe they canceled it. That's like the only Candy Tartakovsky show that's gotten such a bad treatment. And the series done by Samurai Jack's creator is amazing. Yes. Even like really kid ones like Hotel Transylvania were fun. I've only seen the first one, but it's good. That animation style. I haven't seen Primal, his other current show, but I'm kind of interested on the other cartoon he's working for Cartoon Network, because I never watched Samurai Jack, but I watched Dexter's Lab, so I like his stuff. He's one of the classics. Yep, he definitely deserves it. Heck, even a movie like Hotel Transylvania 1 had really good animation. Because usually his style is so bendy or rubber hose like. But it got translated to 3D really well. Like before Spider-Verse made such an impact with 3D animation. Yeah, I heard some people did have some problems with season 5, but I've also seen a lot of praise for it for going for a more adult tone. And animation being rushed isn't anything new. It sucks though. It sucks for those poor animators. I gotta check if Steam Universe was the show that got Thundercats cancelled. The 2011 one. What year did Steam Universe come out at? Well, I'll check that later once I'm on my laptop or when I can use my phone again. Right now I'm only using it to see the live stream chat. Which other show got done dirty? Infinity Train. Since we're on the topic of Cartoon Network, I remember Infinity Train. That show deserved so much better. And I still cling to the hope that they'll make a season 5 or season 5 movie that Owen Dennis wanted to make. But with the news that HBO Max is merging with Discovery Plus, I think, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'd better just cut my losses and get on with it. Yeah, her torso does look pretty big. I'm gonna have to fix it a bit. Sure thing. Oh. I actually don't remember where I saw that. I'm gonna have to do some digging because there's already a lot of misinformation about the Thundercats 2011 being cancelled because of that one tweet that said like, oh, nobody watched this amazing show, so they didn't make a season 2. Like, no, they wanted to make a season 2. They just got a no from the higher ups at the last moment because they found a cheaper cartoon to make. But I'm sure there's info out there, and I gotta look for it. Oh, trust me, it was a mess regarding the information about what and why it got cancelled. Yeah, that's what sucks about it. Like, higher ups are always so hush hush about information, and people wanna know what went on, if why the show got cancelled. So either misinformation spreads, or information is digged out and then gets lost in the grapevine. And creators always have their hands tied around their back because they're under NDA. Man, if those shows came out now with streaming services, they would do a lot better. But no, only kids 6 to 11 watch cartoons, teenagers don't. Executives. The only which cartoons do we have left that are like really popular or really good? I mean, Hilda will only have a third season, only has a third season left, which is fine. It's had a good run. What else? What else? I haven't seen Inside Job, so I can't talk about it. My mind is blank. Did the Master of the Universe reboot and 2 seasons? Finger quotes 2 seasons because it was so obviously one season split into 2. Speaking of, I haven't seen the second part as well. Mr. Mark, hello. By the way, happy late birthday. And yes, companies really miss the marks. And anime was like that up, not that long ago. I mean, didn't it take Evangelion, this super niche show, to become really popular and profitable? That companies actually started making animation, more animation for adults and teens. And I feel like like I was saying, I feel like Infinite Train could have been that one cartoon that was really niche and aimed at an older audience that did really well and completely changed the industry. But because HBO had been having so many legal problems, it never got its time to shine. I mean, I was there when that in 2 weeks I plan to rewatch. Cannot wait. Nice. I'm Dragon Ball Super movie. Mm, sweet. Uh, I don't know much about Dragon Ball. Sorry, but so I can't. So I can't really contribute to the conversation. I watched it when I was really little. But yeah, it's cool. It's great that the franchise is still alive and going well. And it's Dragon Ball. It's always gonna do well. Unlike other shonen franchises that are ended and are just gonna there. I've actually been wanting to rewatch the original series for a while now. I kind of want to watch the dub version, just so I can draw while I watch it. But I think the only, I think the only dub is the 4 Kids one. I actually can't remember, but if the only Yu-Gi-Oh dub that there is the 4 Kids one, I'll rewatch the series with the subtitles. It sucks that the author died so young. Because I liked Yu-Gi-Oh up until my teens. I used to watch the GX one on TV. I really liked it. I remember I actually had a few of the cards when I was really little. Good times, man. Although I also low-key wanna check out the manga because another art YouTuber that I watch had said that it had really good paneling and really good art, and I'm like, kinda wanna check it out. I'm actually making good progress. Her leg armor is gonna be one tough cookie though. Man, I have not been in the shonen manga scene for a while now. The shows that I really like, as in really really like, they were my bread and butter, was Gintama, which I don't know if you heard of it. It's the one about the silver slash white hair dude that has a wooden sword. Oh, and The Promised Neverland, which I actually read sometime before it started airing, and I really liked it. And the first season adaptation was so good. It sucks what happened to it in the second season. Yep, Gintama was good. It's just that the author hasn't done anything new, I think. Like, it kinda ended and the anime kept going for a bit. I haven't watched Deadpool, but I know that he breaks the fourth wall a lot. And hello, Lunatoru. Sama. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Gintama was so funny. That's the only show where I really had to, or really needed time to breathe. All the stuff recently. Yeah, I heard. I remember they tweeted or an animator said something like, "Oh, this was the last Gintama that we're going to air, and this is so sad." And yet, it kind of sucks. I haven't actually finished the manga yet. I got pretty far though. I know I read up until the Kagura has a boyfriend arc, but I need to catch up because it really was my favorite Shonen Jump series. Kintama was so good. I'm glad there are still fans. I still see a lot of fan art of it. And the openings were always so good. They had like the one